Hello there. Oh, out of breath. Yeah, if it wasn't for you, some of you folks, you'd be like a beacon of hope for me. I've got to say, I've had hard times in my life and stuff, but I've got to say right now, actually life itself, that what we've inherited, the world, I love it. I love languages, I love the literature that people have done, recipes and buildings, things, the world that we've built. It's just fantastic. I did think different a bit. I can understand why people are kind of pissed off with it, I'm just setting the scene here, I like life. I'm really in love with life. That's why I've got the energy to do these videos. I'm fearless. Don't get me wrong, I'm scared of loads of things. I'm scared of holding a small baby in my hands, I'm scared of upsetting someone. Scared of being late. Scared of, but I'm not scared of like the things that most people are, like the military and governments and presidents and, just don't care about that. But I'll tell you what really fucking makes my life hard is petty tyrants, people, little people, just people like me, people around me, who just can't make yes a yes and no and say what they want and say what they will. People who are just trying to passively, aggressively pass on a signal to you, doing everything louder. Oh, can you hear me? I'm in the next room, but I'm not going to say what's on my mind because I'm a passive aggressive. I'm gonna use all of my gestures to send signals, to guilt trip you into giving me all of your attention because I am right and you are all wrong. Ha ha ha. But if they'd only just say that, but no, it's like I'm cold, I'm hungry, I'm lonely, whatever it is, I'm bored, I'm tired. We all have them days, and we've all got the rights to have them days, and we should all grant each other those days. But sometimes there's just stealing, just stealing for attention, stealing and that, And so that's the things that makes my life hell. Human behaviour, not governments and who's God and that. I don't need to explain to you who God is. If you haven't, if you Christians, if you religious people, for example, haven't already worked out who God is, then, come on, just think harder. I'm not going to be able to present it on a plate anyway. So if you're asking me if I believe in Jesus, I believe in God and all this lot, what are you asking me for? That's what interests me. Is it because you're still looking? Well, we're all still looking. Life's a mystery. I haven't found the answers to the mysteries. I've found the answer to the mysteries I need to solve right now to move forward in my life, to find happiness. But I look around me and I see people in frustration, searching for an answer, asking me for an answer, and I give an answer, but it's an insufficient answer. Why is my answer an insufficient answer? Because to tell you quite the truth, most of the people who are in search of God or gone to religions and stuff or reading the Bibles or any of that actually don't believe in God. Or at least they don't want to, because if they really did believe in that thing, that relationship, that entity within themselves that's saying stuff, if they was really believe in God, it'd have serious consequences on their lives right now. It'd have serious consequences on your life. That's how you'd know you'd found God, is your life would change, and you are scared of that change. You are scared of people loving you for what you are. You are scared of being you because you have built so many protection systems, so many shields upon you that you don't even know who you are anymore. And so if you was to be the real you for a moment, people would only see an out of practice, feeble, thing that's been hiding. But if that thing that you've been hiding can just come out, and I can say, I see people acting like idiots. So I tell you what, you just being you, you're not going to be any more of an idiot than you were when you thought you was you, but you still weren't you. So just try hardest to be you and listen to that voice that's telling you, And then you'll find out that you found God. And then they'll have serious consequences, and then you'll realise that what I'm saying is true. That a lot of what I'm saying is true. But the problem is people are saying, well, how come the Bible's a prophecy? And things like that. Well, I'm not even going to answer that question, because you'll know it when you get there. It'll just be obvious to you. And the other thing about the word fiction, just because I call something fiction doesn't mean to say it's just a fairy tale. The word fiction means a figurative of life. When you write a love letter, it's best written in poetry. The wind whispers, the sun shines and smiles. Let's not draw faces on the sun, huh? Let's be adults about the way we read poetry, love poetry. It's just one example. The law. You all probably think that the law is a set of written rules that we all have to obey and that are enforced by government. Wrong. This is where you need to pick up a dictionary before posing a question to me, because you won't like my answer because you don't know what the word means in general. Now, I'm not here to offend you. I'm not here to shout at you, but you're my friends. And sometimes if you're not listening hard enough, I'll just shout more, because I'm not afraid to shout. I'm not afraid to risk our friendship, because I want a friendship based on honesty, truth and dignity. And for me to treat you with dignity, I have to tell you straight up. I have to speak in tongues maybe, so that you have to kind of work out what I'm saying, because I'm not the master of language. I'm not the master of all languages. I try as hard as I can in 2 languages, and a lot of you know that I research the things, the literal works in English and German equally so. A lot of you know that I read the Bible in German and correlate it with the English version. But still you come to me and ask as if I don't know, as if I'm going to give you an answer that I haven't already tried to give you 1,000 times. Now, at some point you're going to have to just accept the answer that I've got you, and then go and find and meet it up with the answer that you've already got inside of you, and see if you can find the bridge between you, your inner spirit, and everybody else's spirit. That's what the Bible's about. It's a book that was written for government. It was a book that was written to bound powers of authority to some ideas of morals. Now, if you believe in God, then you can believe that government was created by God. And it was created very cleverly. I call it a trick or a joke, but what I mean is, like, some jokes are so intellectually clever that nobody gets them. God is the most biggest joker. And I can guarantee that joke is just the most loving joke, and everybody of us can laugh at it. Because now I know what's in the Bible. I don't need to learn the rest. I'm not promoting the Bible. I could burn it now, because I know the things that I need to know. That love is the law. Love God with your heart, might and soul if you're a Christian, heart, might and soul, Use your mind to work it out, but rely on your heart, might and soul, obviously. All right then, I'm running out of time. This is the thing, I ain't got time to explain everything and try and work out what you're trying to say so I can answer it properly. I just haven't got the time. No, we haven't got the time. I'm looking for solutions. I'm not even looking at the problems anymore. I'm just looking at what can the solutions possibly be, even if we don't know what the problems are. What is a fair solution? What is a loving solution? If there is a God, then what? But none of you are acting like there's a God. All right, see you later. Lots of love and peace.